I am Marcus Blake with That Nerd Show, and we are talking with McKenna Grace, Charlie Shotwell, and Milan Ray from the movie Troop Zero. So we're going to jump right in. What was your favorite part about doing this movie? It's such a cute movie, but I would like to hear from each of you what your favorite part about it was.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You get the hold the power
yes.
of the Star Wars microphone.
I feel honored. I loved getting to be with these wonderful people. They're awesome. Ugh. Sorry, we have a thing where if we hug each other, then we have to go, oh. Yeah. But I loved getting to be with these people and just getting to be completely myself for 2 months with these people that I knew wouldn't judge me. But it doesn't matter if they would have judged me. But even it's just better to know that they wouldn't because they're just so wonderfully odd. And I loved getting to be in Louisiana during the summer and to see all of the. I didn't like the heat part of it or the mosquito part, but I loved getting to see all the bugs and the animals. That was really cool.
No, I really liked just the downtime we had, just being in our trailers, all of us hanging out and like singing David Bowie songs and just being weirdos, like playing hide and go seek in a trailer and stuff like that. It was just really fun to be able to spend time with all of them.
I'm on TV once.
Mine was the entire experience of the set, the cast, the crew, and like he said, getting the downtime to hang out in our trailers together. It was really cool, and I couldn't ask for a better first movie.
Well, all right. Now, you're basically dealing with a scout troop, Girl Scouts. Have any of you ever been in a scout troop before?
I was an honorary Girl Scout.
Hey, that's good enough. So I want to talk about the things that you had to prepare for and you learned in doing this movie. If you didn't do it before, I'm assuming there was some interesting research behind it.
Okay. You can. No, it's fine. Yeah. This was my first comedy movie, and I had just a couple weeks before finished wrapping a horror movie, which couldn't have been more different.
Right.
So it was just really fun being able to totally switch characters and just go all out in a totally different direction.
Sure.
And play, just be able to try things out, and being able to watch all of the great actors like Viola and Allison and Jim being able to kind of change it up just like that, because some of them were very serious and they went very comedic, and some of them were very comedic and they went serious, and so that was just very fun to watch.
I learned a lot on the set of Troop Zero because this is my first movie. So when I was working with them, I was just
Sorry,
we started making faces at each other.
Sorry, that's our fault.
I was just observing everything and taking in everything because this whole thing was a learning experience for me.
Right. Okay. Now, since we're dealing with space and, the idea that aliens are out there, if you were the first one to discover aliens, what's the first thing you would say? We'll start with you.
Well, I mean, I definitely wouldn't tell anyone because if I told someone, then they'd go and capture the aliens. The U.S., everybody in the U.S. would be like, "Oh my gosh, we got to find them," and everybody would want to take them and do experiments on them. So I wouldn't want that to happen to them. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, how do I know that the alien understands me? That's my thing.
Universal
You're
code.
thinking this through.
Yeah, that's my thing. Because whenever people ask me, what would you put on the golden record? What would you say to the aliens? I don't know if they can understand me. So, I mean, just give them some good music. Some David Bowie, some Queen. That's what I'd do.
Assuming we have some sort of translator or a code that they can understand, I would ask if they're peaceful or not, because that's kind of where it all rests. And probably they're peaceful, unless we make the first move, but
The thing is, you'd be able to tell. Couldn't you be able to tell? Because if they weren't peaceful, they probably would have attacked you already.
Yeah. I mean, assuming we're making first contact and they don't know us, then, I mean, that would be a pretty valuable thing to know, I think.
Yeah, I would try to figure out what they want from me. And then I would definitely hide them. I wouldn't, like she said, I wouldn't tell everybody because then people come like, we have to go get them right now. So I would keep it a secret and try to figure out how to talk to them.
Well, I like those answers. I think you guys already have a better plan than most people. They discovered aliens. Okay. who was the funniest person on set? And you can say yourself, too.
No, hold on. Let me think this through.
Would you like to go first?
Wow, I'm offended.
I don't.
Bella. It's either you or Bella. I'll put it at that.
I don't have a specific person that was the funniest because everybody was so funny and kind and sweet and amazing, and I can go on and on and on. But yeah, everybody was funny. I really liked everybody.
Amongst the kids, it would be, I think, either McKenna or Bella. But I think Jim Gaffigan, is obviously the most funny person on set
Yes.
out of everyone.
Thank you. Bella and I are very, very funny. If I do say so myself, but I'm sorry. But I think that, like, all the adults were very funny, but like he said, Jim is always cracking jokes because, he's a comedian.
Right.
It's what he does. He's hilarious. So I love getting to do interviews with him because in the interviews, he's just hilarious.
All right, so we got one final question. This is actually the hardest question you're going to get from us. It's our nerdy question. All right, so if you could have a weapon or superpower within the nerd universe, and it can be anything or multiple things, to fight the forces of evil, what would you choose personally?
I know exactly what it is.
Oh, you're like ready to go. All right.
In the William Gibson short story, Johnny Mnemonic, there is a vat-grown Yakuza assassin.
Yes.
And he's dressed as a tourist with sandals, with a Hawaiian shirt, but he can detach his thumb and this really thin wire comes out that can cut through anything. And so I would want to have that wire attached to a disposable thumb.
Okay, we don't ever have to question your nerd credentials.
Thank you.
I mean, that is really dropping some hardcore nerd on there.
Wait, so before I answer, like, what do we mean by the forces of evil? Are we
Well,
talking about
anything
people or are we talking about aliens? Are we talking about, like,
It could be anything.
Bad, like-
See, I like how you're thinking analytically.
because I gotta think this out. Because, I mean, if we're talking about, like evil things that'll, like, get into your head,
Right.
like psychological evil, then I'd pick something different. Or if we're talking about, like, aliens or monsters or maybe just, like,
Basically, the weapon
people
you
or
choose depends on
something.
the situation.
It does.
All
It
right.
does. I mean,
Nobody has ever answered the question that way. All right, I knew I liked you.
I
Thank
think I
you.
have one more. Can I
yes,
choose
go.
one more?
I gotta think for a minute.
A shard blade from some of Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight archive.
Wow. I mean, you're just dropping all sorts of nerdom on this show.
I would say super speed. You could do a lot with super speed.
Yes, you can.
Like if something was burning, I would zoom.
But what if it's psychological evil?
I don't
You
know.
can't run away
What's
from
the
that.
power-
Run away.
What's
You
the
can't
power
run
for
away
that?
from your inner demons. You can't run away.
Or could you?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I've never had inner
All right, we're going to come back to you, but I'll be more specific in the question. Because you are from the Marvel Universe,
Yes.
what would you choose to fight Thanos?
Thanos.
It's still not an easy question.
Well, I mean, worked out pretty okay in the movie. I mean, I guess the Infinity Gauntlet, that's how they destroyed him. But, I mean, actually, for any situation, the what's on your shirt?
Baby Yoda?
He protects. He
And he
attacks.
just looks cute and can distract everybody. That is true.
Exactly. He's
Baby
perfect.
Yoda, I think Baby Yoda is the ultimate answer.
Yes, Baby Yoda is the ultimate weapon.
All right, I like how you think. All
you
right.
very much.
Thank you very much. It was a great movie, and we look forward to seeing you guys in other projects.